Howdy do, y'all. This is John, and today we are talking about Dracula, a new movie that just came out in theaters here in the US. In Dracula deals with this count from Romania who goes to, this time, Paris to torment the people of Paris, but in particular go after this girl who he believes is the reincarnation of his old lover. Getting into, first and foremost, what I liked about, this take on Dracula. I think that the acting was good. In particular, I liked the guy they had playing Dracula. I know I just looked his name up, but the guy they have playing Dracula in this movie, he is kind of a menace. He's got the right voice and the right, vocal tone. The way he moves, it is a depiction of a menace, while at the same time, with Dracula's character development, yeah, he's evil. He's also looking for his lost love. Creates a sense of empathy with him without ever, you know, making you actually root for him. Now, I know this ain't the first Dracula movie to do that, but, the way it is done, it's still just as effective as the ones before. They also, changed where Dracula goes. Instead of London, England, he was going to Paris, France, which makes sense because this is a French production. And they actually kind of utilized this change in location. You get all of the, French, luxurious, aristocratic visual looks with the characters and the costumes, the overall look of the place. It just looks different in an appealing way than, you know, London, England all over again. And as far as the story goes, while it's not, the most original, because again, we have seen Dracula's stories told like this. It is the route that they took that made up for it. The overall direction and where they took the story and how everything's, executed. It's all entertaining. And, you're just sitting there going, okay, I am liking this. As far as character goes, however, that one's kind of a mixed bag. Dracula, Mina, the priest, those are all, well defined, well established characters in the movie. You understand who these characters are, how they think, uh, what actions they're going to take. Everything's understandable. However, other characters like Jonathan Harker, not so well defined. That's kind of a bummer because Jonathan Harker and, some of the other characters are still really important to the story of Dracula. In case anyone's wondering who the priest is, he's basically this movie's stand-in for Abraham Van Helsing. Same purpose, a little bit different personality. Last thing I want to touch on is Danny Elfman's musical score. Danny Elfman, he is a terrific composer, period, end of discussion, and he does a fantastic job in this film. He very much harkens back to old school orchestral gothic music for this film, and the music he made for this movie, it works. For this film, it's just perfect. Now getting into some of the issues I had with this movie. This movie is directed by, I think his name is pronounced Luc Besson. Guy's done some really good movies like The Fifth Element. However, it's kind of obvious he hasn't directed horror. It's very obvious he has no experience in horror. With this movie, he makes a lot of bad decisions, especially his signature weirdness that he always puts in his movies. Some of the weird stuff in The Fifth Element, yeah, you get weird stuff in this movie too. But while it works for The Fifth Element to show how eccentric the world has become in the future, not so much here. Another thing worth noting is, They do cut out some important sequences to the Dracula story. Not that, cutting them out completely ruins it, but the material actually elevates the story significantly, and cutting it out does devalue the story. It doesn't, what they removed doesn't destroy it, doesn't ruin it, but it does devalue it. So, guys, at the end of the day, Luc Besson's Dracula, I thought it was a good movie. It was fun, entertaining. It's nowhere near the best Dracula movie, though. I will say that. If you're a fan of Luc Besson, you're going to enjoy this movie. If you can't stand his style of filmmaking, it's best to avoid it. For what it's worth, I enjoyed the movie. And if you guys are interested in the movie, either because you're a Luc Besson fan or you just don't care about who made it, I would recommend it. Just fair warning, it's a bit weird. I'm going to give Dracula a 7. Well, that's all the time I have for today. Please look forward to more videos real soon. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Please also subscribe if you're new to the channel. And please don't forget, I have a secondary channel where I do gaming content. Please go check it out. And as per usual, please remember,